we expect. Oh, dear me, I just had a. So let's talk a little bit about tech a bit, near and dear to everyone's hearts in San Jose. So let's talk about the employment growth that we've noted here, and it's been noticeably weak. And this is from Joe Politano, who does these things. So it's I blame him. He made this beautiful chart. It's his typo, not mine. So what we've got here as well is, although we're back to kind of total tech employment growth that is close to neutral, meaning that we're not necessarily laying off tons of people, the hiring isn't there. And you need not traverse far from the Albert's List Facebook page to note that, wait a second here, this is kind of what people are feeling. So even though we've seen some minimal year-on-year changes, some growth in software publishers, nowhere near where we've had before, some growth in computing infrastructure, data processing, web hosting related stuff, and custom computer programming services, all positive. We're losing computer systems design. We're losing in streaming services, social networks, that kind of stuff. And it has been flat and flatly disappointing, frankly, in this market. And that's hard. And so then you're in a situation where if you're not generating those new jobs, you're waiting for people who are retired to retire, and then people who are getting older to retire. Generational constraints, changes there. Now, one thing that I want to address too, and we'll get to that in the AI slide. What is the AI impact on the market right now? And so Revelio had a very interesting little study done. They looked at job postings from about 10,000 different companies around this. And we talk about AI, what's it done in the last 2 years? How much do you think this is related to AI or not? So I'm going to say that AI is having an effect, but it is not necessarily a cause for absolute alarm, and here's why. During times of economic crises, that's where you see technologies achieve their greatest potential transformative advancement in a particular workplace. And so how does it manifest itself? So if I invent a new technology that replaces jobs, if it's good times, people are like, oh, this is great, we can incorporate it. But then what happens in bad times is people just don't rehire. So if there's a job that can do this for this, or they can save money here and there, and a technology has the ability to do some of this work, they simply will not rehire in that area in the same way that it was before. Now, we expect that other parts of the economy or other areas that are outside of that technological oversight are going to generate jobs due to higher levels of productivity. And so that's our hope still with things like technologies like AI. But if you're looking at entry-level high AI exposure right now, for high AI exposure and entry-level jobs, you saw a surge downward that has not recovered. It's about 40% lower than it was in 2023. Now, there might be some endogeneity here. We don't know for sure whether or not this is driven. Oh, geez, I'm sorry about that, guys. I just had this. I love those mouse wheels. You just scroll and then you're gone forever. Entry-level high AI exposure jobs have not returned, but might be some endogeneity here. There might be other things that are happening, correlated to omitted variables that are responsible for this, not least the strength of the tech sector in general. But then if we really look at some other parts of this data, and we look at things like non-entry level with high AI exposure, you see that it's low. And then if you look at the areas with low AI exposure, you see it drop, but not nearly to the extent as the high AI exposure. So I would suspect then by the difference in these two variables, we're looking at a negative AI position.